What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners for today's 12-game NBA main slate, courtesy of Awesemo.com and presented by Super Draft. After just one game yesterday, we're back with a bunch of games today, so let's get that power of positivity back in the air, especially as that rat bastard Josh Engelman steals our concept for his own video. Shame on you. But right now, please hit that like button if you want a chance to win a free month of Awesemo Plus courtesy of Super Draft. Like this video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. Nobody guessed Damian Lillard correctly in the last video. I don't know how you could, given how high his salary was, but let's get back on track today by liking the video and commenting your top value play down below. But you guys know the drill. We've got no time to waste here in the Four Corners, so let's get right into our first corner of the top owned plays in Lou Williams in a game at Atlanta, where there's 119.3 implied points for the Clippers. Lou Will has 32% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 46% on FanDuel. With Paul George now officially out, this is an utter smash spot for Lou Williams with no games under 40 fantasy points in his last four against his former team and a 1.5 fantasy point per minute average this year with Paul George and Kawhi off the floor. Another top owned play today is his teammate Montrezl Harrell in that same game at Atlanta, where there's 119.3 implied points for the Clippers. Montrezl has 30% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 46% on FanDuel. Harrell sees a slightly lesser boost than Lou will, but he averages 1.4 fantasy points per minute with 32% usage with no PG-13 or Kawhi, and he has a highly appealing matchup against the fast-paced and bad defending Hawks. And another top owned play today is Monty Morris in a game at Houston, where there's 110.3 implied points for Denver. Morris is 26% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 29% on FanDuel. Morris is up to 36 minutes last game, and he started to dominate the ball more than Will Barton lately. And while he hasn't shown a massive ceiling yet, the pace and matchup versus Houston could get him there at nice prices industry-wide. And now for our next corner, here are the top value plays on the slate, starting with Christian Wood in a game versus Sacramento, where there's 111.3 implied points for Detroit. Wood is playable even if Andre Drummond is available, but with Drummond currently questionable, he'd be very worthwhile chalk as a 1.2 fantasy point per minute player when Andre and Blake Griffin are off the court. Another top value play today looks like Ivica Zubac in that game at Atlanta, where there's 119.3 implied points for the Clippers. Zubac competes for minutes with Montrezl Harrell, but he's so cheap and averages 1.2 fantasy points per minute without Paul George and Kawhi, in a very winnable spot against those fast-paced Hawks. And another top value play today is Goran Dragic in a game versus Washington, where there's 119.8 implied points for Miami. Dragic is comically cheap on FanDuel, assuming he plays, and while Miami has a lot of depth and guys who can excel against Washington, Dragic's price makes him worth some stabs on there. And now for our next corner, here are some of the other core plays on the slate, starting with Gordon Hayward in a game versus Memphis, where there's 119.5 implied points for Boston. Jaylen Brown's absence opens up a little bit of all the stat categories for an underpriced Hayward in a pace-up spot against Memphis' bad 109.3 defensive rating. Another core play for me looks like John Collins in that game versus the Clippers, where there's 115.3 implied points for Atlanta. Trae Young's questionable status would open up more usage for Collins if Trae misses, but it increases the chances of a blowout. Either way, the Clippers' defense is much weaker without Kawhi and George, and Collins is relatively cheap. And another current core play for me is Malcolm Brogdon in a game at Phoenix, where there's 111.3 implied points for Indiana. Brogdon had a very tough game last time versus Utah, but he's priced well for a very appealing matchup against Phoenix, with ownership not likely to get too high because of the monster size of the slate. And now for our last corner, here are some lower owned dart throws that I'm looking at, starting with DeMar DeRozan in a game at New Orleans, where there's 117 implied points for San Antonio. DeRozan has been just shy of a triple-double in multiple games, and he averages 1.4 fantasy points per minute in 2020, so the pace-up spot against New Orleans in a competitive game could be the situation where he gets over the hump at sub 5% ownership. Another shockingly low owned dart throw is De'Aaron Fox in a game at Detroit, where there's 112.3 implied points for Sacramento. Fox is appropriately priced and has had some down games lately, but at near zero expected ownership, he has strong upside with his 39% assist rate and 29% usage against Detroit's 109 defensive rating. And my last lower owned dart throw is Enes Kanter in a game versus Memphis, where there's 119.5 implied points for Boston. Kanter earned more minutes against the Lakers thanks to his strong play, and he's in a comparably good spot where he's also a more logical foil for Jonas Valanciunas at a very reasonable price as a backup center with big per minute upside. So that's what I'm seeing so far for today's 12-game slate. So right now, please hit that like button, and if you want a chance to win that free month of Awesemo Plus courtesy of Super Draft, like this video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. And as always, those free months of Awesemo Plus come courtesy of Super Draft. So right now, head over to superdraft.io and use the promo code Awesemo to get yourself $20 free with a deposit of $100 or more. So go right now to superdraft.io and check out their multiplier game style, type of game where you don't have to know salaries, just pick all the players you want and go. Right now at superdraft.io or on Superdraft on the App Store. And we have projections for Superdraft as well as all the other sites if you use this promo code Switch and Hedge right now for half off your first week of any Awesemo Plus weekly package. Go to awesemo.com/join right now and use that promo code Switch and Hedge to get half off your first week and find all the packages of your choosing right now at awesemo.com/join. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I've got the best short form content you will find on the Awesemo channel or anywhere else in the DFS industry, and of course my own personal content as well. So check me out right now on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. Tonight on Live Before Lock, you've got Josh Josh Engelman and Fast Eddie Fierce. So tune into those gentlemen later today. Of course, I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for another Four Corners. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great night. Enjoy this monster slate and keep your eye on all the news because there's a lot to watch out for today. I'll see you guys again soon. So enjoy and good luck.